So, what would you do for a living if you hadn't started a language school when learning? It's a multiple choice question.
Okay.
So, answer A, be a dentist. Answer B, be a rock musician. And the last one, be a cashier in a bundled groceries.
Cashier, no, wouldn't appeal to me. I want to change the world and make it better, and it's not going to happen to being a cashier. That would only happen if I'm chatty and want to be a social dentist. I have such a fear of dentists, you have no idea. I never went to the dentist with my children, my husband did, because I didn't want them to have my fear of dentists. So I can only be a rock star. But I think it might have suited me.
Probably. Okay, so whether and how can AI change the way of teaching in Helen Doron School? And will the learning materials be taken into account the use of AI?
AI is such a wide category, and I'm sure there's so much of it we don't understand today. We're going to use AI more and more. We actually have a section called Helen Doron Connect, which is online learning. And that already uses AI of sorts, so I'm not quite sure what. And we will be moving also into a social network. We're going to create a social network with a metaverse. But I'm sure that AI will be helpful for everybody at some point, but for me, it's more of a buzzword than anything else. I don't understand it enough. Yes, I use ChatGPT, but I don't understand the possibilities. And if I want to learn Korean, I can say to them, I'm level 4 in Korean, give me some practice. And they'll give me practice, but they can't speak to me yet.
Yeah, that's true. And it's not really connected to the topic, a little bit, but was English your, favorite subject at school?
It's my mother tongue.
But, for example, literature and such things?
I was a scientist.
Okay.
I was a scientist, and I liked maths more than anything else. I love maths, I love physics, I love chemistry. And then my parents got divorced when I was 11, and they moved school, and they were learning science through a completely experimental way of teaching. I just couldn't get it. I was sort of at a crisis in my life, and I gave up on sciences. And I decided to learn languages because I couldn't think of anything else to do. I liked literature, but it didn't interest me enough to want to study it. So I studied language. I didn't know what I wanted to do. For my matura, my A-levels, I did ancient history, economics, and French. Now, that's a sign of someone who doesn't know what they want to do in life, right?
It is. They're different things.
But then I went to university to study French and discovered linguistic science. I did a dual degree, and the rest is history.
Wow. So what are the biggest challenges you face as a language school owner?
What are my biggest challenges in this as a language
as an owner of an English school?
Well, first of all, I own an educational group. It's called the Helen Doron Educational Group, which is made up of a whole load of different companies which are teaching different things. The main thing is Helen Doron English. We also have something called Math Riders. We also have Helen Doron International, which is an all-English kindergarten. We have Helen Doron Academies, which are bilingual schools from age 1 to 11. And you have Helen Doron Spanish now as well, and Helen Doron Connect. So we have an educational group, and I have a lot of employees, and we have 1,200 centres. And I don't own them, it's franchise. So my biggest challenge really is making sure the pedagogy is always up to date, the product, that's first. Many other English schools, they say, right, this is what the framework's going to be, and we'll buy some books and we'll fill it.
Yeah.
doesn't have the soul. We have a business with soul. And the most important thing is the students and the success of the students and the success of the teachers working in this. And that's what we put first. And my biggest challenge really is making sure that everything is successful. And all the time the attention's on there.
But you did a great job. But looking back, is there anything that you would do like differently if you start a school again, like the company?
Oh, yeah. I probably put behind me about 10 years of suffering, but financial suffering, I mean, because we really didn't know what we were doing financially. I'd probably do it differently. I could do it differently so it would have moved a lot faster, but things are as they're meant to be.
Yeah, okay. And what are the most important lessons that you have learned as an, like, let's say as an owner of the school, but, you know, as a person who, like, created this whole thing?
It's all about relationships. You have to have a good product, but beyond that, it's all about good relationships, and that I'm working with super intelligent people who are tremendous leaders in their fields and countries. And I'm very, very happy for that. And when I come and meet students, which I don't do very often, I must admit these days, I used to do it a lot, it's very fulfilling. It's very fulfilling. Your questions are about business success. What is it that you like doing?
I'm not sure what to say, like.
What is it you want to do? What do you want to study?
Well, that's a hard question for me because I haven't decided yet, but maybe I will be a journalist.
Journalist, an investigative journalist. Okay.
I'm not as good as like doing the interviews yet, but maybe I will study this.
Because the mechanics of things interest you. And you?
I thought about studying medicine, maybe this kind of work.
Like hard work.
Yeah.
And if you become a doctor, keep your mind open to look after your patients, and it shouldn't all be about the procedures. Oh, we have to do this because this is the procedure, this is the procedure, this is how we do it. Always have, if you become a doctor, think what is good for this person really.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the last question is, Ernest Hemingway said happiness is good health and bad memory. Do you consider yourself happy, and why?
Most of the time I consider myself happy. Why am I happy? I'm happy on two different levels. One is the level you can see. It's like the tree. When you have a tree, you see a trunk, and you see green leaves, and you see a beautiful tree. And the other is like the roots. Without healthy roots, this tree isn't going to be green. On the deep level, I think I nourish my roots. I do transcendental meditation, and I'm a teacher of it, and I've been doing it every day for the last 50 years.
Wow.
And that brings a lot of deep, quiet happiness, bliss into my life. And on my daily life, on this level of the tree, I have a family, touch wood, there's health, I have a successful business. I should be happy, no?
That's true.
But of course, I'm never satisfied. I always want more. But I can be happy and satisfied.